Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead on DC News Now at 10, a wild scene in downtown Silver Spring. A police chase ending in a crash with a Metro bus. It's a story we've been following all day long. We're live tonight with a witness who saw that crash.
Plus, after years of waiting, an opening date is finally set for Metro Silver Line extension. What future riders can expect.
And a push to rename a street after a former D.C. mayor met with controversy. One council member says it's an issue that's led to him being threatened.
And happy Halloween, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed your Monday and Halloween day. This evening, we have been tracking scattered showers, but we'll continue to watch things dry out going into your Tuesday. Hey, more sunshine and the 70s. It's on the way. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And now I'm Annalisa Gale filling in for Tasmin Mahfouz. We begin with breaking news out of Southeast DC tonight. A shooting investigation is underway right now in Bernie Place.
Yeah, very little is known about the circumstances at this time. We do have a reporter on the way to that scene. Of course, we'll keep you updated and pass along any information as soon as we get it here in DC News Now.
Also developing tonight out of Montgomery County, what started as an armed robbery turned into a police chase and ended in a crash involving a police cruiser and Metro bus. You're looking at the horrific scene today out of Silver Spring.
Our Cheyenne Curran covers Montgomery County for us and spent the evening out there at the scene. In Cheyenne, traffic was tied up for hours.
It was, Chris, but now the scene here on Georgia Ave is now clear, but it took about 3 hours before that street behind me was opened back to traffic. And this is a pretty busy area here in Silver Spring. Montgomery College, their Cultural Arts Center is at the corner, and then there's also an apartment complex here on this same street. And keep in mind, this all was happening while commuters were trying to make their way home from work this Monday evening, well, more so afternoon, and it caused a lot of traffic in the area. But tonight I reached out to Montgomery County Police to see if they had any updates for us, and this is the information that we know as of now. Police say they were first called to the White Oak Shopping Center on Piney Branch Road around 2:40 p.m. for a report of a robbery. That's when officers say the suspects drove off in a gray minivan. The suspect's vehicle then crashed into the back of a Metro bus. Then one of the police cruisers that was following the suspect crashed into the minivan. Again, this happens in the middle of the day, and people nearby watched this whole wild scene unfold. Take a quick listen.
Going just in the back of a bus, ramming into it's crazy in front of all these people in a populated area like downtown Silver Spring. It's crazy. I saw that they were like pointing guns at the people and all that. I think they were still in the car when they were like getting them and everything.
Now, police say that 3 suspects were taken to a hospital. They also say that they did recover a gun on scene, but the good news is that no one was seriously injured. That goes for those suspects. Even though they did have to be transported to the hospital, all of the police officers will be okay and did not have to seek any medical attention. As far as those that were on the Metro bus, I asked police exactly how many people were on that bus. They were not able to give me a number tonight, but they said that there was no need for them to be treated at any hospital. They say that more information will be coming out soon, and as soon as we know more, we'll make sure that we'll bring the latest to you. I'm live here in Montgomery County, Maryland. I'm Cheyenne Curran for DC News Now.
Cheyenne, thanks. Well, there is actually a plan in place to add Metro bus lanes to Georgia Avenue, where today's crash happened. A virtual meeting is scheduled for tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Now, it was planned before today's crash. It's free and open to the public. The project would add bus lanes in both directions on Georgia Avenue between Wayne Avenue and 16th Street.
Oh, tonight we have new details about the expected opening of 6 new Metro stations in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, it includes one at Dulles Airport 13 years after construction started.
Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joins us from Dulles International Airport live. Hey, Max.
Yeah, Max, Metro, they're very excited, and so are frequent flyers out there.
They really are. They say this has been a long time coming. Metro even took it a bit further. You know that song by Lizzo where she says, you know, it's about time? Well, that was in Metro's announcement video. So a lot of excitement, and now all eyes are on November 15th.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
WMATA workers say they're ready, and now we know the trains will be too. Monday, Metro announced the official start date for the Silver Line extension. It's expected to start running November 15th, about a week and a half before Thanksgiving. The project that's been in the works for a decade soon to become a reality.
This is very good for us, for all of us, for all of employees, for all of customers.
Dulles employee Mohammed Ilyas says his daily commute could be cut by at least a half hour one way if he hops on the train.
We can save 1 hour. Yes. This is good for us, yes.
But many others, even if they don't take the train every day, are still excited.
I can sit on the Metro and read.
Of course, there are some concerns with some of the busiest travel days of the year coming within the first 10 days of the opening. WMATA says the return of the 7000 series trains is crucial to ensuring enough cars will be on the track. Future riders want to believe them.
No, it's been a long time coming, so I hope that they've gotten all the kinks out.
You should never ask when something's going to go wrong. You wait to see if it goes wrong. If it does, then you can criticize it. But before it goes wrong, why put that karma on it?
When Ali Kajavi is not at school, he lives in Leesburg and says this can connect parts of Northern Virginia to the greater Washington area, something he missed growing up there.
If I'm trying to get to D.C. or somewhere that's more populated that's going to put me through rush hour and through traffic, I can now take the Metro and cut my time in half.
So November 15th, the day to mark your calendar. Here's what else you need to know. Fares between $2 and $6. The hours these stations will be open, the same as all the other Metro stations. And as far as how frequent the trains run, 10 minutes at rush hour, 12 midday, and no more than 15 minutes in the late evenings. Reporting live from Dulles International Airport, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks, Max. And I was thinking about taking the Metro today, and one of the first things I thought about grabbing was an umbrella because it was sprinkling in the morning.
Definitely. We saw earlier, Max, it looked dry there, but then with Cheyenne, we saw some rain over in Montgomery County, and very sporadic this evening, Janessa.
Yeah, I like to call it what I call garden variety, okay? So it's not a widespread rain or a thick rain that we're dealing with where everyone is seeing this. This has been kind of a lull in the weather pattern, a quiet pattern, and then the rain starts to rev up once again. And so it's been pretty fluid. We're at about 1/4 of an inch of rain out towards Spotsylvania into the district and our eastern locations. And so what we call this in meteorology is training, where rain starts to go over the same areas multiple times, and that's exactly what we're dealing with. Our eastern communities just outside of central Fairfax County, it's crossing over the Potomac, and so Clinton right now into Culver, Charles County, as well crossing over into 495. If you're across the district, really quiet at this point, but it's really only for the next 30 minutes because you can see the bulk of this rain going to continue to stream upward. It's a large storm system. This goes from Nova Scotia down to South Carolina. Actually, we're really getting lucky because the bulk of the severe weather that is happening is out towards Greensboro, Winston-Salem to the Raleigh-Durham area. So tomorrow morning, I'm keeping a 20 to 30% chance of showers in your forecast through noon. And then noon is like the clouds are going to start to split apart and all we're going to be talking about is sunshine. However, look at 9 o'clock, 61 degrees. So we're talking about a very mild evening and we're going to be on that upward trend for our daytime highs. We'll look at that coming up.
All right, thanks, Janessa. An update tonight, Montgomery County investigators say an HVAC system likely caused a 3-alarm fire in Rockville. You can see flames ripping through that apartment complex off College Parkway this morning. 2 people were hurt and dozens now need a place to stay. You can see the roof totally gone. About 25 units were damaged. The damage is about $1.5 million estimated at, according to Montgomery County Fire.
Well, new tonight, a D.C. council member says he was threatened today over a bill to rename a street in Southeast. We're talking about Good Hope Road in Anacostia. That's where our Mariel Carbone joins us live from tonight. And Mariel, council members are trying to rename that road Marion Barry Avenue after the late mayor.
Yeah, they are, and that in itself doesn't seem to be too controversial, but Councilmember Trayon White is accusing Chair Phil Mendelson of going against the public will because he's putting that to a public hearing. Mendelson says that accusation has led to a threat against his office. Talk to people who live on Good Hope Road, and they'll tell you Marion Barry made a big impact.
I was one of the kids that grew up and got one of the summer jobs through his program.
It's why Tarita Basanta said she'd support changing the name of her road from Good Hope to Marion Barry Avenue, honoring the man deemed mayor for life.
I think would be fitting.
Councilmember Trayon White filed a bill to do just that earlier in October. He tried to pass it by emergency, bypassing multiple meetings. Instead, Chair Phil Mendelson overrode him, pulling it and putting it up for a public hearing December 13th.
I used an authority that I rarely use. If this was a ceremonial naming, that would be different. That's very different than affecting over 1,000 residents. And I don't know how they feel.
And we have a very critical matter before us.
Monday, White posted this video to social media, accusing Mendelson of trying to change the will of the people.
This is insulting our intelligence and our democracy. We decide what we need in our own community.
Well, I have to say I'm quite surprised by his reaction.
Mendelson says White is on a, quote, warpath against him. And the video resulted in a threat made to his office. He reported it to police.
We need to be more sensitive to that, given what happened last week with the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
I think it's kind of awesome. Marion Barry did a lot for us.
Still, those who tell us they support the name change say they also support a public hearing.
So yes, people do have a right.
I absolutely feel that the community should weigh in on it because after all, they do live here as well.
And there has been discussion over the last few years to get this road name changed. And recently, White did collect several hundred signatures of people that support the name change. Reporting live in Southeast tonight, I'm Ariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Early voting kicked off in the district today. 25 polling centers are open daily from 8:30 in the morning till 7 at night. You can go to any location regardless of where you live. And if you're not registered to vote, you can do that at any polling center through Election Day. Voters will elect 13 city council members, 1 from each ward, 4 at large, plus council president. Voters will also choose advisory neighborhood commissioners. You can read our full voter guide on DCNewsNow.com.
Still to come on DC News Now at 10, marijuana is a hot topic this election season in Maryland. A look at how some are already weighing in on a question they'll see when they head to the polls.
And half a dozen crashes at a Northwest intersection in less than 1 year. Neighbors are fed up. Now, the latest wreck is leading to action.
And let's kick off in November, the first of the month, happening tomorrow with temperatures nearly 15 degrees above average for November standards. We'll look at that coming up.